Title: Bullies tore her shirt in front of friends, she broke his nose instantly. Emotional, powerful story for a 15-minute YouTube video. The hallway fell silent. Lena's scream sliced through the noise as the loud rip of fabric echoed in the air. Dozens of students froze, their laughter and gossip cut off as they turned to witness what had just happened. Her shirt, torn right down the middle, hung off her shoulders, exposing her bra and the fear in her eyes. She clutched the tattered fabric to her chest, cheeks burning with humiliation, breath caught in her throat. Across from her stood Derek, a cocky football senior with a cruel grin and a circle of his laughing buddies. They hadn't expected her to fight back. But what came next silenced every voice in that hallway. With fire in her eyes, Lena stepped forward, dropped her broken shirt, and without a second's hesitation, drove her fist into Derek's face. The crunch of bone cracking under her punch echoed louder than his laughter ever did. Derek staggered back, blood pouring from his nose, collapsing against the lockers with a howl. That was the moment everything changed. Lena hadn't always been that girl. In fact, for most of her life, she was the shy, soft-spoken one, more comfortable with her sketchbook than people. Her parents had always told her to turn the other cheek, to stay quiet and avoid drama. But high school had other rules. And Lena had learned them the hard way. She wasn't unpopular, but she wasn't someone people stood up for either. Her kindness was often mistaken for weakness. That made her an easy target for Derek and his group. They teased her for everything, from her clothes to her silence to the way she walked with her head slightly down. But today was supposed to be different. Her friends had convinced her to dress up for Spirit Day, wear something colorful, try something bold. She wore a yellow blouse her mom had bought her on her last birthday. "You look like sunshine," her little brother had said that morning. For the first time in a while, Lena felt confident. Until Derek saw her in the hallway. "Who dressed you today, Goodwill?" he sneered, walking beside her. She ignored him and kept walking. "Oh, come on, don't act like you're too good to talk now." He grabbed the back of her blouse, pretending to stop her playfully as his friends chuckled. But when she turned and told him, calmly, to back off, something in Derek snapped. With one swift jerk, he tore her shirt straight down the middle. And that's when Lena stopped being quiet. After the punch, teachers rushed in. Derek was taken to the nurse's office, still cursing through the blood. Lena was taken to the principal's office, still shaking, but no longer in fear. She didn't cry. She didn't try to explain herself. She didn't have to. The hallway was filled with witnesses. Even students who never spoke to her rallied behind her. Videos had already made their way online before the bell even rang. The fallout came fast. Derek was suspended, and would later be charged with harassment. His reputation took a harder hit than his face. No one cheered for him at the next game. Sponsors dropped their interest. Colleges pulled back. But Lena became something else. Not just the girl who punched Derek. She became a voice for every quiet kid who never fought back. News outlets picked up the story. Her courage was trending. Her DMs were flooded with messages, from classmates, strangers, even former bullies saying, "You gave me the strength I never had." But it wasn't fame she cared about. What mattered most to Lena was what came after. She joined a local self-defense class. Not because she planned on fighting again, but because she never wanted to feel that helpless again. She started helping other students, especially girls, who had experienced harassment and bullying. She even spoke at an assembly about the difference between retaliation and standing up for yourself. The final scene of Lena's transformation wasn't loud. It was quiet. Simple. She walked through that same hallway months later. Same lockers. Same students. But this time, no one looked at her like a joke. No one dared to test her strength. She wore that same yellow blouse, stitched and mended. A symbol of what was broken but made whole again. And this time, when someone called her sunshine, she smiled, because she believed it. Inspiring message. You never know how strong someone is until being silent is no longer an option. Kindness doesn't mean weakness. And sometimes, the loudest voice comes from those who've been quiet for too long.